Winter is finally coming to an end. Spring is so close. And that means the birds are coming back. And they're gonna need a place to live. And so in today's video, we're making some birdhouses. And I didn't just print 1 or 2 of your grandpa's backyard birdhouses. I made 9 birdhouses. 10 would have made a better thumbnail and title, but I made 9, and they're pretty awesome. My idea for the birdhouse video came about last Christmas when I printed a few fairy houses by PA1 Maker. I loved those little fairy houses. They were so much fun to print and to build. And then as soon as I saw that he had birdhouses, I knew I wanted to make a full video on just his birdhouses. Now, usually I print with PLA. It's relatively inexpensive, pretty easy to print, and there's lots of color options. But since these birdhouses are going to be outside and exposed to heat and other weather, I decided it would be best for these to be printed in PETG. It's a bit more durable, more heat resistant, just overall stronger and more suited for the outdoor environment. That is gonna make a gorgeous birdhouse. Oh man, I am so excited. All right, black. We've got the standard white and black now. Ooh, okay. That's pretty. Ooh, I like that yellow. The spool is a little... Ooh, I love it. Oh, this is gonna look so good. Thank you to Overture for sending over the filament for this video. Now, let's get to printing. All of these birdhouses print in parts, making them single color printer capable and also reducing the amount of waste, which is awesome. Now, PETG can be a bit trickier to print than PLA, but for the most part, this Overture PETG printed fine. I ran a nozzle temp of 270, a bed temp of 70, and I set the flow to 0.94. I printed most of the larger pieces with a 0.6mm nozzle, but some of the pieces had some finer details and I had to print those with a 0.4mm nozzle, but both ended up working fine. I lowered all of my speeds, which is something that I do for all non-high speed filaments, but especially for PETG. The lower the speed for this type of filament, the better. The only real issue I had with the filament was that it stuck to the bed too well. The prints peeled off fine, no issues there, but any brims or even the starting line at the beginning of every print, I had to scrape it off with my clippers piece by piece. It was frustrating and it took forever. In hindsight, I should have just laid a simple layer of glue on top and that would have allowed it to release easier. So if you use Overture PETG, throw down a line of glue and you should be good to go. Something I found challenging with this project was actually the color choices. And Overture was great. They sent me every single color that I asked for. I forgot to ask for gray, but I made that work and that's not really the problem here. I'm used to printing with PLA, which has tons of color options and surface finishes. You can do glossy, there are silks, there's matte colors. There's a lot of options to really bring your design to life. And with PETG, that's just not really the case right now. It seems like color options and surface finishes are pretty generic. If there are any matte PETGs, please let me know. I would love to find them and try them out and see what those would look like to compare. Once I started planning and trying to compare my filaments to his designs and trying to find a place to start, I really struggled. My filaments just didn't have the same effect that his designs and his images had. I decided it would be best if I just got started. I picked magenta, I picked the mushroom, and I just started printing. I thought if I could get one piece started and I could see the physical item, I would be able to start piecing the rest of the pieces together. and that worked. Once I realized that everything was gonna be okay, even if it doesn't have a matte finish, I felt my creativity return and prints just started flowing. I have finally finished printing. Hopefully, there may be a couple of loose ends that I'll need to tie up, but I have enough to start building at least. Before I get actually started, there's one that needs to be painted, the mushroom. I'll probably need to do at least one more coat, but I'm gonna wait for this to fully dry, and while we're waiting, we're gonna start building another one. I think I wanna start with the mid-century modern. It's this one right here. It doesn't have too many pieces and the build seems pretty straightforward, so we're gonna jump into that one first. Okay, I have so many bits and pieces going on right now. This is gonna be such a challenge. Mid-century modern, it is this guy. First step is the roof. And these beams. Okay, the roof is done. Next, we're supposed to glue the roof to the body. Okay, now this screws in here on the back with these 3x6mm screws. We've got the bottom, which screws on here. If I was gonna make a lot of these, I would definitely want an electric version of this. All right, the base is attached. Now I need to glue on the pieces, the decoration pieces that go in the front. So there's 2 size holes for the birds. I don't know what kind of birds I want to live in this thing, so it's a big house. I'm gonna go with the bigger hole. So the first one, the mid-century modern, is done. I think it turned out so nice. The first one's done, I'm so happy. All right, we have 8 more to build, so I better get to it. The next one I'm gonna do is the beehive. I'm so excited for the beehive. My husband is actually in the process of becoming an actual beekeeper, and so I think this is gonna be super cute to have a bee birdhouse down there with all of his beehives. I'm so excited. Okay, the build for this one I think is pretty straightforward. It's basically just this, the entrance, and then bees, and this cute little flower. This one's done. I'm actually gonna hang this one, I think, from this loop from a branch, and it has this hole in the back as well where I can stabilize it so that it doesn't just like swing around. But I think that's the plan for this one, and if that doesn't work, then I'll print another one of these bases, but I think this one I did intend for it to hang, so we'll see. But it's done. It looks nice. It was very cute. Super fast to build. The longest part was screwing in the bottom because it didn't have a flat surface. It just sat on this little nub and spun around. But everything else built really fast, so this would be an easy one to just crank out if you wanted to sell this one. Okay, next, I think we're gonna do this one. The RV. This one has a bit of a brim that I'm gonna need to take off. I printed quite a few brims, but this one specifically, I tried to go no brim and it ripped it off the plate, so had to run it again with a brim. The brim has been removed. I used this fun little tool. Okay, so the original, his model is yellow, but I've done enough yellow, and so I decided to do this one in this darker blue looking color. I think that's gonna look pretty nice. So the first thing it needs is this thing. Now, an electric screwdriver would come in handy right now. Cool. The spare tire has been attached. How cool. So the body's good. Now I need to start working on the side panels. The windows, and I have 2 options for windows. I think I'm gonna go closed. All right, they kind of just snap into place. I don't even feel like I need to glue the windows. Yeah, the windows snapped in wonderfully. I'm very happy with that. The tires. I'm doing the open windows on the door. All right, next we just need to glue the side panels and the main entry on. And I think that's gonna be it for this one. Man, this is so cute. I have to put the front piece on, but almost done. And then all that would be left is the base on the bottom. We've got 3 done. All we have left now is to assemble the mushroom, maybe put another coat of paint. We have the ice cream truck, and we have the tuned house. And then a couple more from Maker World that I'll show off too, but of the PA1 Maker prints, we have 3 left. We've done 3. We gotta keep going. Next up, we're doing the tuned house. And I'm pretty excited about this one. I think it's gonna turn out really cool. Maybe we'll go with the smaller hole on this one. If no birds come to it, I'll try a different size hole, but I need to give the small birds a place to live too. I think with the colors that I had to work with, this is gonna be my favorite house. I really thought the mushroom was gonna be my favorite, but I don't know. We'll see once we get them all together, but I'm leaning towards this one right now. We do the whole front now. Okay, the front is done. Okay, next I have to glue all of the roof components together. All right, I did not print. Wow, I'm actually surprised I made it this far without finding something that I didn't print. I need to print another set of these because the roof has a front and a back, and I didn't account for that, so that should be quick. Hopefully it'll be done before even the end of the day. All right, next up we have the ice cream truck. This beautiful pink ice cream truck. And this one is actually a bird feeder, which will be cool. Thought it was a nice switch up. Still along the same lines. I mean, birds gotta eat too. Lots of things happening to start. We've got the front of the van. We need the windows, the bumper, the lights, lots of things. And I think I hopefully printed all of these things. I didn't request any gray or silver, and that hurt me a little bit from a design standpoint. So anything that has to do with the cars, I had to choose between black and white. We have windshields with windshield wipers. Headlights probably should have been done in white, but I did them in yellow. Before I do the front fender, I'm gonna do the back. Now the side panels, I believe, are gonna be next. Doors, I think I need all these wheels. Wheels are done. Man, that looks so good. This one was so fun. Okay, now I need to put the stoops in there, or the perches. Okay, now the ice cream cone. All right, I hope that's straight. Wherever you put this glue down, it sticks. Yeah, I think it looks fine. The birds aren't gonna notice. Okay, next. Okay, slide it diagonally through the truck. Wow, that's so smooth. And then set it in place. That was designed perfectly. Project completed. Yeah! All right, I love this one. Look how adorable. Oh, I haven't put the bottom on yet, but that's okay. This is so cute. I love this one. All right, we only have one more to assemble, and it's the mushroom. I finished my painting, I think, for now. I'll maybe add another coat or some Mod Podge or something, but I'm ready to build. So the top goes on like that. I believe that is the door frame. This is the door. Thought the blue on the blue would look good with this, but I don't know that I like it. I also had the orange option, which may have been better, but we've gone with the blue. So now all I have to do is the bottom. And now that everything has finished printing and I've finished assembly, we're ready to take a look at the final results. And I think they actually turned out pretty cool. First up, we've got the mushroom. So originally, when I printed it, I printed the top as a single color option. I did plain magenta because once I colored the bits in Bamboo Studio, it created an incredibly long print with a lot of waste. There's a lot of color changes to print this entire thing. So I decided this would be my first project that I ever painted by hand. And it went pretty smooth. I ended up doing 3 coats, I think, and I'm pretty happy with the results. The mushroom was the easiest one to assemble, I think. It only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts or something like that, and then the bottom. But I'm excited to get this one hung up outside. Next up, I printed the Mid-Century Modern. And this was one that I really struggled with the color combinations. His original design has some very pretty color choices, and I think I ended up landing somewhere pretty decent with this one. I really like this design. It printed easily, only a few different colors and pretty large pieces, so you could print this one with a 0.6mm nozzle and you could knock it out pretty fast. I did have a few issues with the filament here in the front, which if I was going to sell this, I probably would have reprinted that. But since this is just going in my backyard and it's just gonna be exposed to the elements, and the only people that are gonna see these blemishes are the birds, and they're not gonna care. So I thought it ended up being fine. It's super cute. I'm excited to get this one hung up and see if I can get a little bird friend to come and visit. The next birdhouse that I printed, and one that I've wanted to print for a very long time, not even knowing that it was a birdhouse, is this one, the little bee house. I really want a bird to live in this one. I like it so much. And this is another one that I was nervous because the original image is a matte yellow. And this is very much not a matte yellow, but I think this bright, vibrant, shiny yellow works with this design. I don't think it took anything away from it. I'm really happy with it. The bees were super cute and the little flower add a nice touch. Very happy with this one. I think it's so cute. Next up, we've got this RV or caravan. And I love this print. I am so excited to get this one hung up. I love that there's a little perch on the front for the birds to sit on, so they can either go in the house or they can sit here. The print has different options for the windows. You can put the shades on or you can have the open windows. I decided to put the shades on and then leave the doors with the open option. And then it mounts in the back. Super cute design. If you have any friends that are into campers or like to go camping, this would make a wonderful gift for them. Either as a build kit, they can build their own birdhouse, or you can assemble it for them and give it to them as a gift. I really enjoyed this one. His original design was a yellow caravan or yellow RV, and I had already printed the beehive in yellow, and I didn't want that much yellow, so I decided the dark blue, and I think it was cool. I like the dark blue a lot. I'm really happy with this one. Super cute. And next up, possibly my favorite now that it's actually printed, but wasn't my favorite in the beginning, is the tuned house. I think this thing is so crazy and wacky and fun and vibrant. These colors are perfect for this house, and I'm so in love with it. I don't need a matte finish on this one. I think it looks perfect the way that it is. I love this house. I want to print so many more of this house. Maybe even try some more fun, wacky colors, but if you ever played Toontown, I played Toontown when I was growing up, this gives me major Toontown vibes, and I love it. I'm so happy he designed it. It's awesome. You guys should print it too. Super cool. The tuned house. All right, we got one more. Those were all of his bird houses, but he also makes bird feeders. And so I printed a bird feeder. The ice cream truck. And this is the cutest little bird feeder ever. This inside part can be removed. You just have to work it a little bit, but it does remove. The birds have a nice little perch to sit on so they can hang out at the counter and have their ice cream bird feed all together. I love this design. I think it's super cute. There's also a food truck version with a burger on top, and you could print that one in maybe red or yellow, but I went with the pink ice cream truck and I think it's adorable. I love this one. I'm probably gonna give this one to my mom actually. Hope she likes it. And that is all of the designs by PA1 Maker. Those were crazy, wacky, and fun, and I loved them all. But I wanted to give you guys another option in case you weren't wanting to do anything paid or you didn't want anything that was that crazy or needed to be built. And so I found some simple designs on Maker World that you could print as well. The first design I have is this cute teardrop birdhouse. I think it turned out incredible. It's super cute. It has a little perch on the front for the birds to sit on. They can go in the hole and live. I think it's adorable, and I'm excited to put this color pop out in my woods, and hopefully I can see some birds living in here. My only fear is that I made the front black, and that's like pretty dark and could be maybe hot in the summer, but we'll see what happens. Maybe it won't get that hot. They're gonna be in the woods in the shade, so hopefully this will be a nice little home for a bird. But it printed in parts. You have the pink, and then you slide the black part in, and then you screw in the little nub here on the front. And he does have a design that has a wood grain pattern on the top if you wanted to make this look like it was designed with wood. I ended up going with just the plain textured face. I liked that better since I wasn't really going with a wood concept for this one, but pretty cool design. I like it. He has other ones. There's a hexagon, a circle, a square. There's lots of different shapes besides just this teardrop version, but they all seem like pretty cool designs. They're very simple, very clean. I like these a lot. They have a hole in the back to be hung up as well. We did it! We hung up all the birdhouses. My backyard now looks a little insane, but I love it. I had so much fun making these birdhouses. Thank you guys so much for watching, for being here, especially if you made it this far into the video. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much to my Patreon members for all the support. That's all we got for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.